Hello, hello. My name is Bridget from bridgetsastrology.com.au and welcome to my week ahead report for the week of the 18th through to the 24th of March 2024. Okay, so this week we can breathe a sigh of relief as on Wednesday, the sun is going to move into Aries. So this watery realm that we have been habitating in for the last month is starting to clear. Now, this is being recorded on Sunday, and this evening at 10 p.m. we have the sun conjunct Neptune. So it's all just a little bit illusionary at the moment. So I know that I am going to breathe a massive sigh of relief. So let me share my screen as we look at Monday the 18th. All right, so as I was just saying, that Sun Neptune, or the Sun is now past that conjunction with Neptune. I mean, and we're still feeling it, but we can actually start to get some of the clarity back into the air. Mercury is in Aries and very, very much willing to be assertive, say what it means, be heard, and it's coming up to conjunct the North Node. Now, on Tuesday, Mercury actually goes into shadow. So it's going into shadow on the North Node. So it's going to go retrograde, come back to that North Node point, and then move forward. So it goes retrograde on the 2nd of April. However, let me get back to Monday. All right. So now the moon is in Cancer for the day. So we're going to be looking at matters surrounding family, home, our ancestry, nurturing and acceptance. So now another one that is coming up for this week that is growing is Mercury coming up to conjunct Chiron. So we're going to have some sensitive matters being starting to be getting addressed. All right. So there's a lot of more bravery and willingness to be outspoken in the air as well. So, maybe part of this nurturing aspect of Monday is feeling into, what we're feeling, what we're sensing, and starting to be brave enough to address those topics with the people that we love as well. Venus is moving up to conjunct Saturn. So we are feeling both the weight of our responsibilities in love and how the people that we deal with, but we're also not shying away from addressing the hard topics as well. So that was pretty much Monday. All right, so let's go forward to Tuesday. Okay. Now on Tuesday there is a lot of stuff happening. All right. So we've in the morning. All right. So we have a square. This moon is square to Chiron first thing in the morning. So, those sensitive topics. All right. And it is conjunct the North Node. So these are the things that need clearing so that we do have a debris-free path forward. I've been using the term the yellow brick road as far as the North Node goes for a little while now. So, we do need to clear the way, clear the air, get these things off our chest that are weighing us down. All right. So, that even just those words, the weightiness, Venus conjunct Saturn. So, it is in the air. So, feel that nurturing and address the topics. All right. Another one is, like I said earlier, Mercury goes into shadow. All right. So this just means that we are going to revisit any topics that we think and talk about, and it will be back at 15 degrees on the 25th and 26th of April. So just keep in mind, Mercury wants to forge ahead with its ideas, being brave and assertive, but it's going to retrograde back to this point. And that's fine because a retrograde is just a chance for us to re-educate, renegotiate, readdress, reassess. There's nothing wrong with knowing that we're going to have to go back over details. Okay, so this is a good thing in many, many ways, especially because we are forging these new paths. We're going into unknown territories. We're doing things that we previously haven't been able to do. So yeah, nurture yourself, love those around you, but don't be shy to talk about the things that need clearing. All right. Was there anything else that I wanted to talk about? Um, no. So actually, Mercury is, yeah, I did talk about that. Conjunct the North Node and opposite the South Node at 10:57. So around 11 a.m. on Tuesday, where we're trying to find ways that we can stand up for ourselves in uncomfortable situations, all right? Because we usually rely on that South Node place where we're holding hands with someone. It's literally in Libra. And it's how, that codependency or cohabitating place where we rely on other people. Mercury in Aries conjunct the North Node in Aries is like, I'm going to do it myself, even though I might not know what I'm doing. And I have these things in my mind that have previously held me back. We are conquering our fears at this time. Just remember to give yourself some grace because, we don't want to give ourselves a hard time. We don't, we want to move forward comfortably with self-assurance. Okay, so let's go through to Wednesday. All right. So the moon goes into Leo at 6:30 a.m. Now, at 9:47, it goes straight into an opposition to Pluto in Aquarius. All right. So there's going to be some chunky feels around on Wednesday morning. Now, the sun moves into Aries at 2:06 p.m. So we've got, we wake up and the moon's at that 29th degree, that anaretic degree of Pisces, the very last degree of the zodiac. So, we could have a lot of thoughts around, or we could have a lot of intuition. We could be looking back over those behind the scenes issues that we've been dealing with. There's a lot of stuff in our subconscious that has come up, especially our old patterns of behavior, where it comes to Saturn establishing a solid foundation for us to move forward, these new paths that we have forward, just like, when they lay many, many levels of a road so that the base is solid. Think of those old Roman roads that are still in use today. All right, so with Venus also coming up to that Saturn, we've got to give ourselves a bit of compassion, grace, empathy. We've been working through a lot. A lot of us are tired and exhausted and very, very ready for an influx of fire and inspiration. So, with the moon coming up to oppose that Pluto, it really is highlighting how you can stand up on that stage. Think of the pride in a lion and shaking out that beautiful mane that you have, and how you can also influence other people. Think of Pluto and Aquarius as those, as the community, it's the audience. So, how can you stand up on stage and be the best version of yourself while, breaking all of those old patterns, um, you know, moving forward with confidence? There is just so much in the air right now where we really, really need to support ourselves a lot. Okay, so was there anything else for Wednesday? Okay, so there we go. And then also 2:05 p.m., the sun goes into Aries. Now, for the first couple of days, Aries is being ruled by Mars in Aquarius. However, on Thursday, Saturday, Mars moves into Pisces. All right, so we've got the sun being ruled by let me just go forward a couple of hours. So when the sun is being ruled by Mars in Aquarius, we're much more inclined to be looking for innovative solutions. We're thinking outside the box. We want our independence. We don't want to be shackled to anything. We've got that little bit of a sense of emotional detachment. We can stand back and observe much easier than when Mars moves into Pisces, and then he's going to withdraw again. All right, so Mars in Pisces is much more empathetic, willing to transcend, feels into how people are dealing with stuff emotionally, rather than just looking at the collective and seeing what everybody needs. All right, so so that was for Wednesday. Yeah. So we really do want to support our confidence as well. All right, so let me just move forward to Thursday. All right, there we go. Change that to days. All right, so on Thursday morning, we have Mercury conjunct Chiron. All right, so we wake up with that Mercury conjunct Chiron there. It is just past because this is set for 9 o'clock. But this allows us to connect in with our wounding and our healing energy at the moment. With it being in Aries, we're much more confident about speaking with the people that need to hear, the things that need to be said to clear the way. You know, it is still, I mean, it's past conjunction to that North Node, but you know, there's this nodal system that we've got here is about independence and releasing old patterns of codependence. All right. So, you know, definitely, even with the moon in Leo, you know, we have that external influence. We have that fiery need to express ourselves. All right. And we're also coming up to that Sun sextile Pluto. This is also giving us the ability to harness that inner fire to move through any obstacles that we're feeling. And again, there's that word transform and transcend. All right. So a lot of the stuff, that's just the way I sort of look at things. You know, it's all about the inner work that we're doing and us supporting ourselves with, you know, working with the cycles and identifying and acknowledging how they're playing out in our own world. Because when you take the blame or the shame out of situations that you're dealing with in life, it just becomes part of the grand plan, or, you know, the thing that we need to be working on at this time. It gives us clarity and acceptance that we can just look at something as a lesson. You know, it's not something that is you know, going to stick with us for life. We get to choose what we think and what we allow, helping us move on. Okay, so what else was there? So I am now up to Friday, I believe. Okay. All right. So now on Friday, early in the morning, we have this Hygeia, which I love using. This is our mental health and well-being asteroid, and that is conjunct Neptune. So thankfully, some of this Neptune influence is going to leave us alone until we have that Venus and Saturn. Well, Saturn's going to take a while to get there, but Venus is going to come up to conjunct Neptune next. All right. So while we've got Neptune and Hygeia together, I think we're going to have a very profound understanding of how, you know, some of the issues of the past has affected our well-being, especially our mental health. All right. So we're going to be able to, along with identifying what boundaries we need to be establishing and asserting. All right, so we've now got the sun in Aries. It has cleared away some of the fog that we've been in. Hallelujah. And yeah, we've got that assertive energy now. Also, so Friday's going to be huge because we've got that Neptune Hydra. We've got Mars at 29 degrees of Aquarius. So he is doing all the things for the community. He's, you know, rushing ahead to get our future endeavors, you know, like, you know, get something started with that. We also have Saturn conjunct, or Venus conjunct Saturn on that day as well. Now, we could be feeling the weight of the responsibility of our love lives, or we could be determined to put boundaries in place around you know, our love lives again there, but also, you know, seeing those patterns of behavior, seeing how we have maybe repeatedly suffered in love because of an old foundation. There we are again, Saturn in Pisces, Venus coming up and seeing and understanding and being compassionate about the fact she recognizes that, you know, again, no blame, no shame. This is something that was given to us long ago that we thought was normal, that we're repeating patterns. So, there's a lot of adjustment here, a lot of clearing of old ways that we no longer need, because we do have that sense of pride in ourselves. We are able to understand, we've also got this Jupiter in conjunct, there's adjustment required. There is tension, but it's like when we brace our core, we're strengthening that inner core within ourselves by releasing these old relationship issues that we may have. All right. So, okay, so that was pretty much Friday. Let me just have a look to see if there was anything else there that I wanted to talk about. Yeah, no, there's just that Sun sextile, Venus, Saturn, Mars at 29 degrees, and Jupiter in conjunct the South Node. So yeah, be prepared for Friday to be a pretty big day. Now the moon moves into Virgo at 6:42 p.m. All right, so the first half of the day is going to be about how it's defining how it's affected us as a whole, whereas the morning it's going to be how it's affected us personally, that Leo. So, how our heart is engaged in this, not just about the details. All right. So yeah, we could definitely be feeling a very revolutionary type of vibe on Friday. All right. So let's move forward to Saturday. All right, so Saturday at 10:47, we have Mars moving into Pisces. All right, so this just means that Mars is going to go from a sign ruled by Saturn into a sign ruled by Jupiter. Okay, so there's much more passive energy, intuitive, bit of elusiveness. They want to hide in the background, some idealism, but a little bit more compassion. All right. So we're going to be motivated by more altruistic goals. Like, how is it? I mean, in Aquarius, it is how is the community affected? Whereas in Pisces, it's how are people affected personally and spiritually. Now, as far as the exercise god goes, Mars moving into Pisces, into a water sign, try to do things like mindful walking, swimming, yoga, Pilates, things that have got a much more spiritual connection and that mind body, that quiet realm. But yeah, I mean, swimming's, that's effort required, but we're looking at those watery, gentler type of exercises as well. All right. Now for Saturday, we've got a growing opposition to Saturn all day. All right. So the moon in Virgo is coming up to oppose both Venus and Saturn. So there could be a little bit of tension around in the morning. But and then much more tension as it grows in its opposition to Saturn. So you might feel like here we are again needing to express our concerns to people so that you can tell them something once and for all. All right. This is about new foundations. All right. So say it as it is, harness that bravery that the sun in Aries gives us. We've passed that conjunction to Chiron. So hopefully you did address something with people a couple of days ago when was it Tuesday? Thursday, when Mercury was conjunct Chiron. This just might be a continuation in that sort of area. And I mean, the moon's coming up to conjunct Lilith. That place within us that has been repressed and suppressed by people because, maybe there was that girls don't do that, or that's just not the done thing. Well, Lilith says, yeah, it is the done thing. I'm going to be authentic and myself, and I'm going to say it as it is. So Saturday, say it as it is, and then continue on your way. Okay, so now, was that it? Yes. So sorry, I did say that the Mars moves into Pisces at 10:47. All right, so let's move forward to Sunday. All right. Now on Sunday, we have um we have the moon still in Virgo, sorry. And all right, so first up, we've got a trine the moon is trine Uranus at lunchtime. So definitely keep an open mind, because the information that you get today might not be what you expect, especially if you have been stating your mind all week and addressing these past hurts and patterns of behavior. You could be starting to get some feedback, because on Monday we have the eclipse and the full moon lunar eclipse in Libra with the sun in Aries. So Mars and Venus are going to be the things in the spotlight. So here we are, more than likely addressing relationship issues. So, like I said, keep an open mind. You might just want to say, be done with it. But, again, it's a good time to be establishing boundaries. All right. Now, Venus is also in conjunct the South Node at 10 or 11 p.m. So, first of all, we have the moon in conjunct Mercury. All right. So there's that adjustment required in your thinking and communication skills. And then we're building up to that Venus in conjunct the South Node. So she's letting things go. All right. So keep an open mind and keep an open heart, because the eclipse on Monday is going to address a lot of things. That full moon is going to highlight things in your life and in your relationships that need to be dealt with. All right. So all week, support yourself. I will just stop my share. I think that's all that I have. Yes. Okay. All right. So all week, support yourself as best you can. Do the good things that are going to make you feel good. We do have, that hygeia is so very prominent. If you do not look after your health and well-being, and you start to get sick, or you're suffering with illness, nothing else matters when you're sick or ill, or feeling depleted, because you can't function. All right. So support yourself. There are trials coming, nothing that you can't handle if you address them when they're small. All right. So thank you if you're still here. Now, also, my new coaching block is going to start on Monday, the 25th, in time with this full moon eclipse. So if you are in a time of personal change, or life is changing around you, and you would actually like to work with the energy at the moment, and work with a group at the moment, it is all just women, but men are just as equally invited into the group to honestly address the things in your life, to find support with people who get it, very honest and no bullshit. It is how it is. So just reach out to me at any of the socials. You can come and find me daily at Lifetime to Level Up, or watch the replays on YouTube. But you can find me at Bridget's Astrology if you would like to book in to have a reading. But anyway, I'm around. So if you are interested in joining the new coaching block, it is $10 a week, and you get the opportunity for a full coaching, an hour of coaching on Monday nights, and we revisit the transits of the week, those influential transits of the week. We have an hour on Tuesday and Friday where we also can work with each other one-on-one. And I also do things like open my Zoom room, so you can have support if you want to go and exercise. So many people do it because they don't want to do it on their own. I open my Zoom room and I allow people to come and just hang out with me while I train. And then, I've had quite a few days where someone's doing yoga, someone's doing martial arts, so just to find your tribe. So this has been a very long-winded exit, but thank you so much if you are still here, and I thoroughly enjoy what I do, and I hope that I can help you enjoy your life too. All right, see ya.